guys. Been a while.
We're back. It has been a while. We've had a lot of changes in our schedule, mostly him. So this is kind of our best time to try to do another video. So I hope you guys, well, we hope you guys liked, what we've put up so far. And so today we want to get into this amazing movie that we saw, and it's called
Batman. Not Batman, but Ant-Man.
So Ant-Man was, let's just say, like, for myself, I'm a huge Marvel comics fan. There's a lot of characters I really didn't know about growing up. Like, I knew about them, I just didn't read the comics about them. So Spider-Man is like literally the only one I've really like read about because he's my favorite. Some of the X-Men stuff I've read too. Like, I've done Spider-Man Unlimited, or Ultimate, not Unlimited, Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate X-Men. I've read those. But coming, with Marvel doing a lot of these movies, I'm starting to get more into other characters. Like, I never really knew that much about Iron Man. Thor is the same way. Captain America as well. So, I read Civil War, the series. And that's where I really started learning more about other characters and stuff like that. Because Civil War, like, literally every character is dragged into it, and you're reading, from those comic books. So, the Avengers and all that. So, that's, like, how I was able to learn more about Ant-Man, Hank Pym.
Yep.
And Wasp, so that's how I learned about it. But the movie, like, I love how I go in there and have no expectations. That's the thing. I love Marvel movies that I don't know that much about, and I have literally no expectations.
Like, they actually did that. This is the second time they've done that. The first time around was Guardians of the Galaxy for us.
Never even heard about at all Guardians of the Galaxy. Never even heard of them. Like, didn't even know that existed. Yeah. So that was, well, no, I wouldn't say I didn't know they existed, but I never really got into it.
Zero.
Like, I've heard of Star-Lord, but I've never heard of, like, Guardians of the Galaxy, like the comics and stuff like that. But, like, when I've seen X-Men and I saw Spider-Man, like, I had expectations because I know a lot about those comics. So it's really nice to be able to go into a movie and not really expect certain things. Like, just to be able to go in there and just look at it for the very first time. And I could honestly say, like, Ant-Man, like, I love how as Marvel keeps going in their movies, they keep getting better with the storytelling. Like, it's not just, oh, here's a bunch of superheroes, we're going to throw them in a movie, and there's a lot of action. Ooh, there's an explosion. Somebody got kicked in or punched in the face. Like, they actually are really focusing on the story, and it's been a really, like, great experience to see the stories of these characters evolve to where, like, you can, like, really relate, or, like, it's enjoyable. It's not just about action, it's about the whole movie. So, but Ant-Man, we don't really want to do any spoilers, but from my sense, I really loved the movie. Like, I loved the story. I love how they really, how Ant-Man, how they presented him, how they showed where he was going. Like, I loved that, how they, like, did all of that. So I will say, though, like, there was definitely some things I wasn't expecting in the movie. And as most Marvel movies do, they kind of set up for the next one. So this one really did a good job with setting up Civil War, which I'm really excited about because, like I said, I read the whole series, so I'm really stoked about that. But so what did you think?
I thought the premise for the story was very strong. I actually, after watching the movie, did a little bit of homework on it. Come to find out that the premise from it is actually from a very old version of an Ant-Man comic book. I think around like 1979 or maybe even older than that. For that premise, I do my best to actually not spoil anything. But the passing of the torch, I think, in that story is just the sense of, like, I've done so much, I can only do so much now, and it's now time to someone take ownership for this particular hero, this particular suit, and take ownership over it and responsibility for it. Kind of like Ben and Peter Parker scenario in some regard. Like, just moving on, growing up into that character, accepting responsibility for actions. And it's really really well thought out. I love the the special guest that was in the movie without spoiling it. It was a really cool surprise. A lot of nods to things that already have happened already in the universe from Marvel. So consistency has been something that they were really strong on, and they continue to wow me as they progress to their next phase of selected movies for the next couple of years. So it's really awesome. Can't wait.
Yeah, like everything I've watched so far, just not just the movies, but Agents of Shield. I haven't really watched that much of Agent Carter, so I wanted to definitely catch up on that. But also Daredevil. Like I love how even though the shows are different,
so
like
so
they still like connect everything together. So literally, it's like you're reading a comic book series and you're having the crossovers or certain events from this comic affects this character in this comic. Like I love how Marvel is doing that, and it literally makes you want to keep watching and see what's coming up next, because that's what they're really good at. They make you excited for the next whatever's coming up, the next project, because you know they're gonna set it up, and you're like, oh my god, I can't wait to see the next thing. So, but no, I really enjoyed the movie. It was really awesome to get to really know Ant-Man as a hero, and what he's capable of doing. I mean, the character is really, really interesting. So, I definitely want to check out some more comics about Ant-Man, just because there's so much that they go into that I had no idea about what this character was capable of. So, I recommend it. Go see it. It's pretty awesome. Definitely, if you haven't, I would recommend watching some of the other Marvel movies if you haven't seen them yet, or Marvel TV shows, because they're linked in so many different ways. So I would definitely recommend. Yeah, I would recommend. I mean, if you look at Agents of Shield, both seasons are on Netflix. Daredevil, of course, is on Netflix. Agent Carter, I think, is on Netflix, or Hulu, of course. But definitely, if you don't want commercials, go to Netflix. But definitely, just watch it and check it out, and I guarantee when you watch it, you'll definitely get excited. A lot of Easter eggs. I'm not gonna say what they are, but one particular one made me really excited. As soon as I heard, I was like, oh my god. I will say it was a dream come true to hear this Easter egg in this movie, so I will say that.
And they were like almost boasting in some way when they said it. It's not like, oh, by the way, this. No, they were like, yeah, this is gonna happen. And when you hear it, you're like, really?
Yeah. So I mean, it's a dream come true, because this is something I've been wanting Marvel to take over for a long time. So it was pretty awesome. But yeah, Ant-Man. I would do 2 thumbs up, Cisco and Ebert style. Boom. Definitely go check it out.
It's definitely a solid win for me. Age of Ultron, it was good. It wasn't as great. It's hard to have a sequel for something of assembling those kind of characters. But Ant-Man, definitely a big up over Ultron, in my opinion. I just feel like
wow,
yeah.
Really?
I just feel like the way the story was and building for I guess maybe because it's a new character, someone I have not known, kind of the same way with Guardians. I don't know these characters, so I kind of intrigued by what I don't know for these characters. And established ones, I've watched them grow up in in their individual movies, and then finally see them assemble. That's awesome. Yeah. But for Ant-Man, I think I really enjoyed it, especially Paul Rudd.
Oh my god. Speaking of, can we talk about Paul Rudd?
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Like, first of all, I love.
Right there.
Well, we have the same crush, because I love Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd is like hilarious. He's such a stud, and that was the thing I loved about the movie, was it wasn't like it wasn't like, oh my god, we're gonna make this into a comedy and that's it, like, because it's Paul Rudd and he's known for comedies and stuff like that. But they put just enough to where it was hilarious, but it was Paul Rudd, but it was kind of different. So like like, oh my god, it was hilarious. Like, it was so funny. A lot of laughing in this movie, but it definitely had its serious moments. It definitely had its emotional moments. So, but no, it was really funny. Like, I would definitely say, if you're gonna see this movie, you're definitely gonna be laughing. It was hilarious, but it's funny how I've seen that too. Like, I've seen a lot of people online how they get into how they feel. Like, every Marvel movie that comes out, they're like, oh, this one's better than this one. The story is better than this one, and it's really showing their growth as a studios, that their storytelling is getting really good, and they're focusing on their storytelling, and that's what Marvel is known for. It's not just about the characters, about the characters' powers. It's about their backstory.
So much resource. They literally have years in archives and the original creators, if they're still alive, for some of them, all there. It's just, I don't understand how you can have a comic book movie and not draw for so much resource, and then you just put out.
Yeah.
But with Marvel, they don't. For me personally, now everybody's opinions are different. To me, I feel like they just really are inspired, are truly humble about their resources, and they just say, hey, this is the movie that we're going to make. This is how we're going to do it. We're not just going to give you the license and say, go to town and just make up some random thing that you like to do. Thanks, Fox.
That's funny. But no, it's true. Like, that's why, I want Marvel just to get all of their licenses back, because they are staying true to the source. And think about Marvel is there, like you said, like, there's so much resources there. Like, there's different, as you would say, universes of, with these characters, and each experience in those universes are different. And they do a really good job on pulling certain things from those universes that people can definitely are aware of them, or they know, or can relate to them. So they really do a good job, and that's why I love Marvel. Like, no knock to DC. Like, DC, they're really good with their animated movies, but when it comes to, like, their live movies, it doesn't excite me or pull me in like the Marvel movies. So sorry, I like Marvel better.
I will say I'm intrigued about the Battle of Superman. I will say I'm intrigued. Not for the convert, by no means. I don't know anything with Marvel's characters, some of them more than others, but I don't relate to
Good job, Marvel. Keep it up, and I'm definitely looking forward to everything coming in the future. So, all right, guys. So we'll see you next time. All right. Bye.